and welcome to Piper's Petals, your DIY for all things floral. Today we're going to be working on an elegant branch tree arrangement, so stay tuned. So today we're going to be working on an elegant branch tree arrangement, and this is kind of a different thing, but what we're going to be doing is taking one of these branches. This I found at Hobby Lobby, and it's going to be going into a container, and then we're going to be adding some really pretty jewels to it. And we're also going to add some lights to it as well. So this is going to be a fun project to work on, and we're going to work on it together because I haven't actually made one of these myself. It's just kind of an idea. So we'll get through it and see what happens. So the supplies that you're going to need, it's going to be a branch of your choice. I like the flock look. I'm going for a natural look here. And I did find a nice container from Hobby Lobby. It wasn't too terribly bad. This one I think was $7. You can use whatever container, but I liked it because it had more like a stump look to it. I have a cute little owl here that's going to be going in the branch. And I also have found some of this. It's like a icicle. It's called exactly the polyester icicle fringe. It's pretty good. You can use this for all sorts of arrangements. You can glue gun it around if you want to, just saying for other projects. But I'm going to use this as well to cover my base of the oasis. So you are going to need some silk oasis as well. And also your basic floral supplies like your wire, scissors, wire cutters, and also your tape to tape the silk foam in. I may be using some wire, some ribbon, so you may want to get your ribbon out along with a pick. And I also have these cute deer, so we're going to see how this goes. So let's dive into it. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do is get out our silk foam and get it in the container. So once again, you're going to need some foam, and you're going to need, since we're using a pretty good amount of branches, we're going to fill this whole container. And you're going to leave this about an inch up or so because we are going to be using a lot of foam with this. So let's get the foam cut into place and get my knife out here. And you can use whatever jewels that you want to. I happen to like these little ones. These came from Hobby Lobby, so nice and sparkly, but you can use whatever you want to do. All right, and I'm going to fill up this container. And then I'm just going to shave it in a minute, but I'm going to get as much foam as I can in here for my branches. All right, and then we're going to shave it around. And I'm going to leave this pretty tall for the branches so that I can really poke them on down there. All right, so now that I have my foam there, that is pretty tight, so I'm not even going to worry about taping it. If you find that you're not able to move this, it's fine. It's fine, and I'm not putting a candle in it. So the next thing that I'm going to do is get my branch out. I really like the flock look of this branch. And I thought this would be so cute as like a little tree. All right, so if I can ever get the stuff off. All right, so this branch has 4 pieces in it, and I can see it's a little bit hooked together here. So I'm going to take the little hook off here because I want 4 individual branches to work with. All right, so this one has the most on it, so that's going to be my main branch. And I'm going to take a little bit off the end. And I'm going to go right down the middle with this. All right. And I'm going to go ahead and take and see how I want this to go. All right, so that's my first one in. And this middle one is a little bit heavy, so I'm going to go ahead and take another little branch here, and I'm going to make it a little bit lower. And I cut off a little bit of this bottom, and I think what I'm going to do is put it right next to the one I put in, and it has a little knob on it. Try to find something like that, or just put it right in front of it, and that helps to make it straight and stay up a little bit sturdier. All right, so now I'm going to put my next branch in, and I'm going to put this back here. And then we have my third branch here. Just take off any little excess that you have. And let's go, let me turn him around and look at it for a minute. I think I'm going to go in the back a little bit. Push that down. That's how that looks. And then I have one last branch to get in here. Cut this one down lower. I'm trying to go for a woodsy look here. And I'll put this one in front and down. Then we're just going to arrange it here. So that's how we're looking so far. All right. Next I'm going to go ahead and cover my bottom. And like I said, I have this little icicle fringe. I'm just going to tear it apart and use it because I'm not going to go and buy excess stuff when I don't need to. But I do need to cover up around this bottom. So I'm just going to cut the icicle part, fringe part off the bottom. And I'm just going to go around this foam so that we can't see. So I broke out the glue gun. So that's what I have now. And I went ahead and just got a piece of that icicle, cut off the icicles, and I'm just going to go around the rim with this and then just glue it. And we'll trim it up when we get done with this because I have another thing to add into here. And save those sticks off the bottom of your branches as well. Okay, so I'm just going to glue that around, and that way we don't have any wires poking out or showing. Just leave it fairly loose so that we can get back into it. So the next thing we're going to do is add some of these LED lights into this. These are great if you've never used them before. They are on a timer, so you can put them on the timer or you can leave them on. I picked these up at Target. They were only $3. It's a little strand. It has a little pack in it. You just put the batteries in it, so don't shy away from it, and you can turn them on. And I'm going to put this down into my oasis here. We're going to cover that up with some more of this when we're done. And I'm just going to strand these through my branches. These are very low temperature. And I'm just going to work them through the branches. Let me find the end here. There we go. And I'm going to finish stranding them until I get all the way through my branches. Okay, so I have my lights all throughout my branches. I try to go up a branch, down the branch, and back up in between the branches. Make sure that you unroll your LED lights all the way to the end first so that they don't get entangled like they did for me for a minute. But so that's it for that part. And we have the battery pack down there. So now I'm going to start adding decorations to my tree. So I found this cute little owl. I just love him. So he's going to go up into my tree. And you can definitely do whatever you want. I'm going to set him up into a branch and just kind of, he's got a wire pick on him. So I'm going to weave him into my branch here. You could use owls, birds, anything that you want to do for your tree. I just thought he was kind of so cute and helped give it a rustic look. So now he's in there. And now I'm going to go ahead and start with my little jewels. These I got from Hobby Lobby. They're just plastic. They're not the real chandelier jewels. You're more than welcome to do that if you want to, but I won't do that because I have a crazy cat. and I'm sure he's going to be into my tree. So you could also take some old jewelry, broken jewelry, any kind of jewels that you want to do in the color that you're doing. And I'm going to start adding these to my branches. So this is going to be kind of a shabby chic tree. So I'm going to go ahead and keep adding them. I have 8 jewels here. You can certainly add other things to this. If you want to put little bows on the tree as well, you can do that. I'm going to see how mine looks when I'm done putting the jewels on. And we're just going to keep going around with these until I get them all on. Alright, so I have all my jewels in here, all hanging down from the branches. So the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little deer in here. So I had gotten, it's a set of 2 that I got. You can get whatever that you'd like to do. And I'm going to take these branches that I told you to save from cutting them down, and I'm going to cut this one down and stick a branch at an angle so that I can get that deer to hold into the arrangement. So I'm going to go ahead and cut the branch. And I'm going to turn this to me so I can see it, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in a lot lower here so that I'm creating something to hold my deer down. Now you could, if your deer are decent enough and they're going to hold up, you could have drilled a hole in it and stick it on a pick and stick it down in. But I think I'm just going to try to use my sticks here and work him into here. All right, so he's a little, there we go. All right, so now that my stick is holding him in place, and I have my deer in here. This one, I think I'll probably just set him in front for decoration. So now all we need to do is to finish up closing up this area so that people can't see our mechanics. All right, so I'm taking again that icicle, and I'm just going to keep wrapping it around my mechanics in the front. And I'm just kind of making little pleats in here, and I'm just going to glue, put a little hot glue, and kind of just tuck this under and fold. So it kind of makes it look like it's a little snowy ridge. And we're just going to cover all of that silk foam up. Use more or less. You can cut. I cut a little bit more pieces. You can do as many pieces as you need to do to cover your container. And this I'm doing around the bottom. I see I need another little piece. I'm just going to cut another little piece out, or I may have a little leftover piece. I do. I'm just going to cut that up. Just make a little ridge with your glue gun. Since it's a snowy bank, you can have lots of little ripples in it. All right, so now what I need to do, everything is pretty much covered except where this is, where the little battery is to turn on and off my twinkle lights, and you don't want to glue that, so what we're going to do is I just cut a little piece, and I left the little icicle on, or you can just cut a piece of whatever that you're using, and I am just going to just tuck that in there. Just like that. I suppose I could glue, I guess you could hot glue, you could, yeah, that'll work. Glue down a little bit of it so that you still have a flap. Just make sure that you have a flap that you can open and close so that nobody can see it. All right, and there it is. There's my elegant, shabby chic branch Christmas arrangement. I hope you'd enjoy it. Change it up if you want to do whatever color jewels. You could use emeralds, diamonds, sapphires. That'd be real expensive and pretty. Golds, whatever you want to do. But take some time, turn on some Christmas music, try it out. I hope you'd enjoyed this video. If you have, please hit the subscribe button and hit the like button. And if you'd like to see something for Christmas, let us know. Thank you for watching Piper's Petals.